The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests.
What is going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 387. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. We did one, I don't know, about a month or so ago, just kind of get back into. I think Chris was there. I think Ginger, you guys were recording your podcast. I think it was me and Chris and maybe Chase. And Chase was on here earlier. Let's see if Ghost still remembers how to do a stream. I do not remember how to do a stream. It's been a minute, but we are back. We are back. I'm excited to be back. I missed you fools. I missed these guys. I missed my homies. But I missed you guys, and we'll see if we remember how to do this. I don't remember all the spiel. You're gonna have to give me some time to remember all of that. So yeah, we're live as always on YouTube, and I don't think we're simulcasting anything because I haven't set it up to get back on X or anything like that. I'll have to figure that out before next week or whenever we do it. I've been talking about this, and before we jump into that, welcome from the weirdest state in the union, the only state that takes two people to spell four letters. From the 740. What's up, Chris? How you doing, homie?
Good, man. Glad we're doing a show tonight.
You and me both, man. Yeah.
Back, have some fun, drink a beer. And,
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Life is good. Life is good. How's everything going?
It's going good.
Yeah, you staying busy?
Yeah, work's been good. Things been a really good month. October was good, so
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and then always trying to keep caught up, doing reviews.
Yeah, well, I get it. Anything cool that you're playing with right now?
Yeah, I got the Strybog finally. It's here. So
good.
And then
got a hold of you.
Yeah,
just show up
with little help from John.
Apparently I don't have enough clout with Kat anymore to demand her to pick up a phone or text or anything. So
I literally called her and was like, "Hey, you need to send Chris his stuff." And she goes, "Oh yeah, I've got his email. Hold on," and then just did it.
Like I said, I don't have the clout, but John does. The deputy dog, deputy dog has the clout. I used to have clout. I don't have clout anymore. I think people have forgotten it all about me. Makes me upset. Anyways, you got the Strybog. What else you got? Anything badass?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're gonna there's a new pistol company. I actually found them on Instagram, and I just reached out to them and I said, "Hey, you looking for creators to do a review?" And they messaged me back within an hour on a Saturday of all days and said, "Yeah, what's your FFL? Let's do this." So I'm really excited about it. It's seems like a great gun. So
nice. Do we want to preview who it is, or we want to wait till the video comes out?
No, I don't care. It's from a company called Core, KOR.
Okay.
So it's basically, it's neat. It's different. It's got some interesting stuff, and it's just nice not to have a Glock clone. It's kind of its own pistol. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to release the unboxing video on Thursday, and then hopefully get it to the range this weekend.
Oh, nice. Hold on, I'm going to send something.
Chris, can you send me their Instagram so I can look at this thing?
Yeah.
Because when you type in KOR, there are so many gun companies that are core something. because there's core essentials and core products and core this and core that.
So
Well,
just
there used to
type
be a
in-
great AR company called Core that I used to love their ARs. I don't even know if they're still around anymore.
They're still floating around.
Are they? Man, it's I used to love. I still got a couple of theirs, but I used to love their ARs back in the day.
That was my first AR. It was a Core 15.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that was. I don't know if it was my first. I don't think it was.
All
I
right,
think
John,
it was,
I just sent it to you on Instagram.
Word up. Speaking of that sexy ginger voice right there, let me do the full. I got to be his hype man. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a ginger, my lord, and a flatbed Ford. From the Gunners of America and Fully Loaded Reviews, it's John, the ginger soulless bastard.
Hey, what's up, homie? Tuesday.
We can actually do that.
Yeah,
Special people.
Oh, not much, dude. Just getting ready, post goal stuff, getting ready for goals 26 in Des Moines, and getting ready for
I'm still interested to see how that's going to play out.
It's playing out good so far. Colt signed on for the show, so we got Colt and CZ Group this year, and a couple other big name players are coming.
Are they going to go separately, or are they going to come in as one? You think?
I think they'll do one big booth.
Yeah, it's probably smart.
I'm waiting to hear back. They signed on, and then everybody got busy. So just getting that good. Just saw Chase about a week ago at NASGW. We hung out for a little
He's out
while.
there, so you let Ginger up, and I mean, bro, we were working on some audio difficulties when I saw you. I didn't click on you. Get back in here. The problem ended up being Chris, not me, but I was working on that. Yes, jump back in, and anyways.
So that, and then working on the Arizona Freedom Fest, which is coming up March 28th in Glendale. Okay. So if you're in the Arizona area, come swing by to the free event going on with a bunch of cool things going on. And then, is
that going to be in the Phoenix area, or is that going to be Tucson or Flagstaff or where? Glendale. That's Phoenix, basically.
Yeah, it's Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that, and it's getting reviews out. We just did the 380 from the new Hellcat 380 from Springfield. Got a bunch of guns already done, and then as you know, and a couple other people don't know, I just finished up my California non-resident permit class, which was
I guess yes.
I don't know, dude. It was ridiculously long for no reason. The laws are
did he freeze, or is that
California?
Me?
Sorry for the folks in California, but it opened.
I did.
Okay. No, you froze. Yeah, you froze. The laws in Cal, I feel bad. Like, we preach all the time about how California is bad and get out of there. Guys, you guys got to get your laws changed. This is ridiculous. Like, just the confusion of everything as a non-resident was bad.
Packrat says that this is going to be his last week in Arizona. They're moving next Wednesday. Nice. Where are you moving to?
He's going to Texas, I think.
I think so.
Well, he's then. I mean, at this point, he's the smartest man in the world. I know that Arizona is bad, but moving to Texas is just smart.
Did he move? Did he change his name? It wasn't always Packrat Attic, was it? I'm thinking of who it is.
Scott, wasn't it?
Yeah, Scott. Yeah.
Okay, Chase, come back in, dude. San Antonio. Lived there for a couple years when I get out of the Corps, and it's changed now. This was like I lived there like 98 till 2000, maybe 2001, somewhere early 2001. We loved San Antonio. Loved San Antonio. I'm sure it's different now in the last 25 years. It's gotten bigger. But I mean, the food's amazing. I love the fact that the city literally is built around the Alamo, which I think is amazing. You walk downtown and there's a big ass mall right there, and right next to it's the Alamo. It's kind of cool, Obviously, you have the Riverwalk. I love San Antonio, and I'm from Dallas, so we've always said that I would love to go back to Dallas and all that. But I think that if my wife and I, if we ever move back to Texas, right? I think we'd probably go to San Antonio. it's that cool of a town. It's just a really cool vibe in San Antonio. It's a big city. It's over 1 million people, but it's still got that kind of small town feel to it, even though it's massive. I love it. You guys ever been to San Antonio? Got to. You guys got to go to San Antonio.
I've been to San Antonio one time. It was the airport. That was about it.
Yeah.
In and out.
Yeah. So Wes talking about the hill country. It's about 30, 45 minutes, maybe a little bit more from downtown, over by Bernie. And yeah, it's a beautiful area too. Air base. Yeah, there's Lackland Air Force Base. I think that's where, at least it was when I was living there. That's where, Air Force boot camp was. And so every Friday there was always a bunch of people attacking San Antonio and all that. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know Lackland's still there. I don't know if that's where boot camp still is, but it was back then. I think it probably still is. I would imagine it would be. But yeah. San Antonio's a great town. We love San Antonio. It's 45 minutes to an hour from Austin. You know, great. Yeah.
I've still never even been to Texas, period.
What is wrong with you?
I know it. I've been all over the country and I've never been there yet.
I don't know, man. I can't help you. I used to like you until like 10 seconds ago. How could you have never been to Texas? Now, let me ask you this. I didn't go
when you guys were, I didn't go to NRAM when it was in Dallas.
Someone banned Snob. He's not allowed to talk anymore.
Yeah, I've just never been there.
Really? So let me ask you this. I want to try to get you on a technicality. Have you ever flown into Dallas or Houston? No. So you never even been to an airport in Texas?
No.
Holy cow.
No, I've been to.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. Never been to California either.
All right, so obviously, as Ginger just recently found out how shitty California laws are as far as the 2A and guns go, I want to say that a lot of their laws are fucking shitty. Like their tax brackets and their systems are just jacked up. I love the state of California. Take all politics. You just got to get rid of all politics. Kill all politicians in California. California is an awesome state. I mean, what people don't realize is everyone thinks of San Diego, LA, San Francisco, the beach towns. What they don't realize is that 95% of California is kind of rural up in the mountains. They have the desert part, but California has desert mountains. It has, you can snow ski in California. You can surf in California. Thank you, dear.
You might want to take back that statement and rephrase what you said, because YouTube may flag us.
Don't kill the politicians.
Yes, please.
Not literally.
YouTube may flag you for that one.
Not literally. California's a great state if you stay north. You think, no, bro, I live in San Diego. I'm telling you, there's not a prettier city with a better weather in the country year round than San Diego, California. That's as far south as you go. Yeah, Northern California is great. But I mean, San Diego is gorgeous. I mean, I would love to live in California if it wasn't for the messed up laws, and it's so damn expensive. I mean, it's crazy expensive, but man, I love California. I love the terrain. I love the vibe, but I'm kind of like that, kind of a beach bum hippie kind of a vibe guy anyway. So it kind of fits. I guess Chase said, fuck it, he ain't coming back. You've been texting me. I text him, come back. But oh well. We'll see. LA traffic sucks. I mean, look, I'm from Dallas. Chris, you guys have traffic up there. I mean, Ginger's in Phoenix. You go to any major city, traffic sucks. It sucks no matter where you go. Let's just be honest.
I That's why I live where I live. I don't have to deal with traffic.
That's why I live where I live right now. I live up in the hills in rural Arkansas, man. Like a traffic jam's like 10 cars. Like legit, you know. But yeah. So I know, Ginger, you were talking about the California concealed carry permit. When we were on the phone the other day, what you said that covers like Utah and a couple. How many does it cover?
I have to go back and look at it, but the class.
There's a couple other states, right?
Yeah, the class I took, the instructor who took the class is also certified in Utah and Florida. So that once they finish up their paperwork with that, I'm gonna just do like 2 more slides, and then I get my Utah and Florida permit.
So Wes says he was in our neck of the woods a while back. Why didn't Beaver Lake? Why didn't you you're at Eureka? That's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours for me. You should have called. I mean, we've gone to dinner many times. Like, call. We're friends. Like, you know my number. You have my number. Like I said, we go to dinner together. You can call me, bro. He didn't want to. He didn't want to introduce me to his wife. I know. I think I've met his kid. I think I've met his wife though. Anyways, I was going to Bikers, Blues, and Barbecue in Northwest Arkansas. Oh, I bet it was Bikers, Blues, and Barbecue. That just sounds fun. I love motorcycles. I love looking at motorcycles. I am 100% terrified little bitch when it comes to getting on a motorcycle. I've been on a motorcycle once in my life with an uncle of mine, and we wrecked. And I have been terrified ever since. I was like 12 or 13. Tumbling shoals. I know, Jamie. Yeah, you're right down the road from me, buddy. Yeah, but terrified, but let me ask you this. Are you guys into bikes? Chris, I know you're into bikes. You just look like you're a biker dude, you know?
I rode my entire life until I was in a really, really bad accident on one.
Did you lay one down or did you get hit by someone else?
No, I laid one down. I was being stupid, riding wheelies, and yeah. And then I actually ended up putting the bike back together, but I just lost it. Like I couldn't ride it anymore.
Rich said, do I know where Calico Rock is? Of course I know where Calico is. It's beautiful up there. It's about maybe, I guess, about 45 minutes, an hour from here, probably, I guess about an hour, roughly. So what, like, okay, so I'm going to go to Ginger here. I'm going to give Ginger time because he looks like he was a biker, you know, but like, what's your favorite, if you could have like a bike, like what's your favorite bike, Chris? Like, are you a Harley guy? Or are you a crotch rocket guy? Or
I like the Japanese bikes.
Okay.
The bike I totaled was a new Katana.
Ooh, those are sweet.
But my favorite bike still that I've ever rode, and it's a close one, would be the Yamaha VMAX.
Okay.
That thing was just wicked fast. And then the Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Insane ride.
Yeah.
That's fastest I've ever been on a motorcycle.
How fast was it?
I think I got it up to about 160, 170.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I love going fast, but after that wreck,
I do too, just not on a motorcycle. I don't know. There's something about it freaks me out. Ginger, what about you? Are you a bike guy, or do you ride, or have you ever ridden, or where do you fall on bikes?
I used to ride all the time. I had a 883 Sportster with some Screaming Eagles on them, but my dad and I shared, and then I tore up my shoulder, and I just never got back on. I was going to ride it at when I came back to Ohio to go to GunCon. I was going to ride it.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you guys still have it? Your dad still has
no,
it?
my dad still rides it.
Oh, does he really? Nice.
Yeah, he still has
Oh,
it, still
pretty
rides it. When I moved from Cleveland to Columbus, it was sitting at their house. I never grabbed it, never took it because my dad was still riding it. And then when I moved from Columbus to Dayton, I was going to take it. And then we moved to Arizona and I just never picked it back up. It's just his now. So,
Yeah.
and then I looked at getting a new bike and then the wife said no. So,
No.
I don't know. But I do know what I want if I were to
What do
get
you
another one. One of those cafe styles. Just a little cafe bike just for putting around.
Just having fun with it, yeah.
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 I'll tell you the one that tempts me is I sat on one when I was in Daytona was that KTM Super Duke. That is one wicked bike too.
What is it?
It's called the KTM Super Duke. I think it's a 1200, I think the Super Duke is.
Oh, that's pretty badass right there.
Yeah, they're awesome.
V twin engine, 190 horsepower. Holy shit. Huh. Oh, that's pretty cool right there. Yeah, my daughter was more into like the Kawasaki's and the Yamaha, like the crotch rockets, if you will, I remember when she was in high school, she's like, that's what I want to get. I'm like, look, when you're old enough, buy your own and get your own insurance, go for it. I'm never going to buy you a motorcycle. And she's 28 now, so I guess she's gotten wiser that maybe it, my favorite. So the one that I've been on, and I don't consider like mopeds and shit is like bikes. So I mean, I've been on mopeds growing up, but like an actual bike. I was riding backseat with it's like one of my dad's best friend. I always called him uncle, but he wasn't really an uncle like by blood, but he got a new Harley and I was like maybe 11, 12, somewhere in there. And hey, let's go. So I got on, hit some gravel and tore up my leg pretty bad. And it was fine. I was okay, but scared the shit out of me. So I've never been on a bike since. And but I'm a huge fan of the Indians. I love like an Indian Scout. I just think that's just like the coolest looking bike ever is like an Indian Scout. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get back into bikes again, but I don't know. I love looking at them. I'm terrified. I'm fully aware that it makes me sound weak, but I don't care. I will be the first one to admit that I'm terrified of being on a bike right now.
Well, the problem is too, it's not like my biggest issue with riding now would be all the people around me. Wouldn't have anything to do with me and the bike. But man, the way because when I rode all those years, we didn't text on phones or any of that yet.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's, man, almost now it'd be like suicide to just ride on public roads on one now.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if it's more me. Like, I've ridden one once, so I can't say that I've ever really ridden a motorcycle, right? Like I never rode. I never, I was never part of that scene or anything, but like I could see me now, like if I got on a bike now, I would probably be very, very scared still, very, very cautious. And motorcycles kind of seem like to me that the more cautious you are, the more dangerous they can become. You almost have to let it kind of drive itself, if you will. If you try to control it too much is when you get in trouble. Is that a fair statement? I mean, you kind of have to let it do its thing. It's built to do certain things, but I think me being scared and maybe overly cautious would probably be not good to be on a bike. So I don't know. I'm 50 years old. I don't see myself getting into the bike thing, but if I ever did buy one, I'd definitely buy an Indian. And I don't know why I would, because I never ride it. I don't know. We'll see. Never rode on the road much. It's turned into a car and motorcycle chat. I don't mind that. We'll definitely can definitely do that. All right. How's everybody feeling about the old Glock news? I'm sure everyone's heard it by now. It's been crazy for me the last few weeks. But what do you guys think about the new Glock news?
It's a business.
I need a trike. No, I really don't.
You would look great on a trike.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, now a slingshot would be pretty cool.
What's a slingshot?
The Polaris slingshot.
Have you not seen one of those?
Is that the one that has like 2 wheels up front, or is it 2 wheels in the back?
So the slingshot has
it's the 2 up front with the one in the
2
back.
up front, 1 in the back.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
2-seater.
Yeah. The side kind of like side by side, like motorcycle, if you will.
Kinda, yeah. They're
I think
unique.
I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know, man. If I'm gonna get something, I'm not gonna be a puss and do that. You know, I want to like actually have some. Not that anyone's a puss if you own one of those. Wink, wink. No. Anyways, Glock. Yes. What were you saying? What were you saying, Ginger?
Oh, it was a business decision. It was 100% just
it was a
business.
legal decision. Yeah.
Listen, from everything that I know from NASGW, and no, I'm not going to talk about it publicly in this forum, but as you know, as we talked about, there's a reason why they're doing this.
Yes.
It has a lot to do with business. It has a lot to do with not being sued. It has a lot to do with a lot of things. But if they continued this fight, which was an uphill battle, I mean, we're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars just to get this changed, when all they had to do was change some geometry and
which is funny to me because within, you know, they're going to be officially released and start shipping December 1. By Christmas, the thing that they're trying to get away from, someone's going to figure out by Christmas. I'll give it 3 weeks, and all this was for naught. You know, it doesn't make any sense. I think, and I'm being facetious when I say this. I think that all they wanted to do is they had so many Gen 4s and then the Gen 5 MOSs sitting around. They needed to create a demand because we are out, and I'm pretty sure every distributor is out of everything right now. We sold over 700 Glocks in one night.
I've been noticing too. I've been watching like trends every day. Like all these companies that are selling them, they go up a little bit in price every day.
They can.
Every day, $20, $30 more.
Yep. I think Glock created the demand for the Gen 5s and especially the MOSs.
How do you get yourself out of a summertime slump and bring in a bunch of money?
That's it.
The rumor I heard, it was something like in the last week, 1.4 million Glocks were sold.
Oh yeah, we had thousands. We had thousands that we are gone. Like I said, the first night that it came out, like I'm talking like end of business to the next morning when we came back in, we sold over 700 Glocks in like that time frame. The first night, that was just night 1. So what's up, Jacob S? Yeah, I mean, they created the demand for those Glocks, and you know that's not a bad business thing, but we'll see. Yeah, Scott says that Herrera says that he'll have that thing that we're talking about. I'm not going to say it loudly, but he'll have it in 2 weeks. That doesn't surprise me. I'm telling you, like, give it 2 weeks after December 1st when they get people. It's what it is. It's what it is.
Didn't Glock back in July or August, they already started discontinuing a bunch of their guns. Anyway.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, so that's the rumor. So I can tell you, well,
because like I know they were like doing away with a lot of the long slide stuff. They said they were getting rid of, and
yeah,
like there was a list of all the guns they were getting rid of.
Yeah, so they were getting rid of some models this spring. They announced this spring they were getting rid of a few models. Now it's pretty much everything except like the 43, the 48, and a couple others, you know. But the word discontinued, that's where it gets gray. discontinued, not necessarily back then. Very lightly manufactured and produced, yes. Apparently they want to make it clear that they're still producing those old models, even though no one has seen any for a while. So we'll see. But yeah, they did. It was like this spring they got maybe 4 or 5 or 6 models, if I remember, like immediately. And then, so if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys noticed it. Obviously, on my side of the industry, I noticed it. You weren't able to get a lot of these MOSs this summer. We weren't getting very many of them. Now we know why, because they were already producing the V series, to get ready for their launch date. They just didn't tell anyone until, recently. We'll see. It's a Glock. It's a new Glock. So I'm sure they'll sell a shit ton of them. So we'll see.
Listen, we all know what's coming next. Everybody knows. If you can't read between the lines, what's coming next?
I think there's a couple things coming next. I think there's a couple things. They already have a double stack magazine that they basically own the market with. I think there's going to be a double stack come in, a single stack. I think there's going to be a couple of different 1911s come in eventually. I think it's going to be an AR eventually. Or not maybe necessarily AR. I think it'll be a PCC that runs on the Glock mag.
Okay. I'm going to counter that. Those are never going to come, because they've even said they're not going to, even with Gaston gone. I've had long conversations with their team.
I think they're stupid if they don't.
They're Glock. We do one thing best. What I think they're doing is that they're going to, there is something coming. Mm-hmm. We could say it would generate income.
I would say you're right. If we're talking about the same thing, I think we are.
Yeah. Sometimes into 6 figures of income. Read between the line, folks. Maybe going after some sort of procurement because somebody's fumbling the ball. And we may see something that is we are maybe not going to X the M of it and figure it out.
Wow, that was pretty cryptic there.
Yeah, no. So that's rumors have been circling. Rumors cannot confirm. But I do not think, because Glock is so good at, I think with everything going on in the industry right now, Glock is so good at making one thing that they won't invest the money into changing into a new model. They're just going to keep doing their one thing and make any updates they want to do.
Yeah, and that's just what they're. All this is the Gen 6. They're just calling it the V series. All it is the Gen 6. Let's just be honest.
I cannot confirm or deny any of that.
I understand. I neither can I. I've had meetings with them in the last week or two. I would imagine that Corey's probably pretty busy right now.
I mean, the big thing coming out of, so I know most of next year's, a good portion of next year's launches, as you know, from NASGW. Mm-hmm. We're going to see some cool things from existing brands. I think some major players are going to be updating their lines. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see some cool things that have previously been shown at IWA from some of the foreign companies coming to the U.S. So keep an eye out for things from companies that are not known for some of the stuff that's coming out.
Well, not known in America. Let's say that.
Yes.
That's a point, that not known in America for some stuff that's coming, which I think is. There's some cool stuff. I know some stuff that's coming down, and there's gonna be some cool shit coming. I don't know if it's gonna. Well, they'll be there at SHOT. I just don't know when they're actually gonna be. There's a difference between announcing and actually shipping.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get real hot right now. If you're launching 12
Hot
products,
take.
hot
Be ready.
take. If you're launching 12 products a shot and they're not shipping until second or third or fourth quarter, you're out of your stupid mind. Do not do that. Launch one thing that's shipping first quarter. The rest of the stuff can wait because you're just going to lose everybody.
But that's not the way they do business. That's this industry. This industry is back assward when it comes to that stuff.
Well, we're at the point in the industry where it was we could sell whatever we made, didn't care. Now we're in the slump again, so now we're going to start coming out with new product that's actually outside of the box and actually cool things. And why not just do it all the time? Why do we got to wait till the slump? Launching, if you launch a Me Too product at SHOT Show, then you're stupid. Just launch it at another point in the year and just go with it, or else you're going to lose half your audience base because we're in such a instant gratification society now that if you don't have it ready, you're just stupid.
He'll forget about you in 2 months, much less 8 months. Yeah.
This is John's way of saying release everything at goals.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yes, 100%. Yes,
that's what he's trying to say. I was going to call him out on that. I'm glad you did because it was getting ready to happen. But
I wasn't saying that at all. But
of course not. Okay. Gene wants to know Glock AR. I don't think we'll ever see like an AR when it comes down to like a 5.56 or anything like that. I think that what you will see. Because it's a money thing, and we all know that Glock loves money, and every PCC that's out there these days is based around the Glock magazine. So I think that what's going to happen is I think that in the next couple of years, I think that there will be a Glock PCC come out. And because they're going to want to basically corner that market as well. If you're already using their mags, then let's go ahead and build a PCC around. I do believe there will be a P. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not saying that I've heard that from Glock or anything. I just truly believe there's going to be a Glock PCC in the near future. That's just me.
I don't think so. I'm going to argue with you on this.
I think that's a natural evolution. We'll see. We'll see. You know how many Glock PCCs would sell? The Glock 9. It's called the Glock 9 or something. I mean,
it's got to look good. It can't be another. If it's another Me Too product,
I don't think people give a shit. I really don't. Look at how many Glocks sell right now. The ugly things that are Glock. I love Glock for what they are, but they're ugly. But how many? Imagine the second that thing is announced. Do you know how many people are going to try to figure out how to do that, like a back order and get on a list? Like the pre-buy on those would be unbelievable. I'm talking like, I honestly think they could sell 1 million of those, like easily, the first year, easily. And we'll see.
I'm not gonna argue that. You're probably right.
That's the thing too, is this V is going to sell like crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
They turn around 3 months later and say, okay, now the Gen 6 is coming. Everybody's going to go buy that Gen 6. Like,
that's it.
They don't have to change anything. They
have it in 40 years.
Put a different number on it, and here we go.
Change the grip a little bit.
5 generations to put a ambi slide stop on their guns. Like, they don't care. Like,
I will say this. How do I put this? The V series may or may not be optic ready. May or may not. Can you imagine how many people are going to get pissed if you got rid of an MOS model and a newer model that comes out isn't optic ready? Just saying. That's going to piss a lot of people off. But that's also why they're making that demand of that Gen 5 MOSs right now. If you want an optic cut Glock, you might as well get those now. You know, it's insane to me.
It's business.
I get it. I understand. I just think it's stupid business. It's stupid business. The money that they have spent on R&D and development over the last 2 years for this new model is outrageously stupid. You and I both know that, John. They're literally burning fucking money. It's crazy to me.
They've been burning money on it since 2016, right?
Yeah.
When did the 320 get adopted?
17, 16, yeah, 16, 17, somewhere in there. Maybe late 16, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think a part of this, ironically, and maybe to no one's surprise, comes right on the heels with all of the SIG bullshit that's going on. And I think this is Glock saying, when our direct competitor is down, let's stomp on them while they're down. I think they are trying to really just go knee deep into SIG right now and saying, we're going to own your ass for the next year. You know,
there are people at Glock who are there, the people I've talked to, that that's 100% what this is. They're still pissed about the trials. They're still pissed about everything. They feel like they were beaten down.
They were robbed. Let's just say it. They were robbed. If anyone knows the real story of how SIG got that contract, Glock had it when they went to bed. And that next morning, it was SIG, literally overnight. Tell me what happened. They got robbed.
To be fair,
it's business. I get it. Yeah.
To be fair, SIG got robbed by Beretta in the 85 trial.
Did they?
Their gun went longer. Their gun did better.
I'm not saying their gun didn't do better, and I'm not saying that was anything to do with it. I'm saying that there was with the Glock and a SIG thing, there was I'm not saying an agreement, but there was a decision that the people that were going to be using those had input. And the people that were going to be using those all said they wanted the Glock. And all of a sudden, overnight, SIG wins the bid.
I'm not saying that somebody who was on the procurement board is now up in a high position at SIG at all.
Absolutely not. Why would that be a thing?
We would never say that at all. But listen,
that's the way it goes with government contracts.
Listen, and they've won a lot of government contracts since, and we can see that there are some companies coming out with some new stuff to get those contracts back.
100%. Yep. I think so. You know, obviously, there's the new FN announcement. I'm bringing this up because this is no new news to some of us, but we haven't talked about this, you know, since I haven't been doing the show. Beretta did not win the trials in the 80s. I get that. Once again, government contracts. We'll just say that. Government contracts. There is a lot of under the table, shady gray deals, back alley deals. That's just part of it. It's never the best gun that wins. Put it that way. It's never the best gun that wins. Let's be honest. I will say this. Oh, FN. So some of you guys may not know this, but FN is getting rid of several models. One of them being the Scar, unfortunately. We're still out of Scars. I love a Scar. I think they're fantastic. I know that they're not the most practical thing. You know, a lot of people don't really give a shit that they're going to be not produced anymore, but I'm kind of sad about that. What do you think about FN? And it's not just a Scar. There's several things that they're discontinuing. So it's is this now? I'll say this about FN. FN's a lot like Glock and Sig and all that. They have a lot of different SKUs that they probably needed to, purge, if you will. But the Scar, I wish it wasn't one of them. What's up, Gort?
It's a purge. That's all it is. The Scar, I mean, they didn't get rid of the P90, which if they did, I would be even more upset. But the Scar, it wasn't.
I get it.
It was a novelty item. And
civilian wise,
it was a novelty item. They weren't getting many contracts for them. They were getting on the civilian side, there's other rifles in 308 that were semi-automatic that you could buy that were half, even a quarter of the price and performed just as well. It was a novelty item. They sold enough, and at some point you just go, hey, we just got to cut this. And, just like their FNX series they got rid of and all the other series they've gotten rid of, it all comes down to government contracts and police contracts, and the civilian market is just the
civilian market to most of these companies, a lot of these companies, is just the sugar on top. The money's made in government contracts, and they said, well, since we're going to make this, let's go ahead and make a semi-automatic version of this for the civilian market because everyone likes the cool military shit. And they sell them. They may not sell a ton of them, but they sell them. They sell them. The PS90, the SP5, all of these civilian models of fantastic, subs, they sell. And I love the fact that they're out there selling them because they are great. They're great platforms. I understand why FN did a purge. I'm just sad to see the Scar go. I like the Scar. I'm just sad to see it go. That's just me. I do understand why, but it hurts. It hurts. We'll see. That was my world. So I love all of that stuff,
It'll be all right. The Turks will they'll bring one out here in a year or two.
Someone will. We need to get with Chase on that, don't we? We need to just say, hey, listen, let's see what's going on over here. That could be cool.
Get Keith on the plane, get him over there. Let's figure this out.
I'm surprised SAR hasn't done something.
SAR's rebranding.
I mean, what else is new? Like for the 11th time, one of the coolest guns, and it's a good gun. I mean, I'm not going to say it's amazing, like it's not game changing in any way, but it's one of my favorite guns that I own. Was a gun that was announced in the U.S. market. It's been in the European market for a while, but it was announced, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago in the U.S. market at SHOT Show, and it never really made it over here for import and other reasons. The 109T, and it's the little 9mm AR PCC from SAR, and all it is a 9mm shrunken down pistol version of an HK416, which, in my opinion, is the greatest assault rifle ever created. Is the HK416. This thing is bad. It's over here. I'll have to go get it. It's bad to the bone. It's got the quad rail. I mean, it's got everything that it's an HK that shoots 9mm. The only bad thing about it is it takes the old Colt mags, 9mm mags, not Glock, and those are hard to find. Just gonna throw it out there. They're not the easiest thing to find, and they're expensive when you do find a good 30-round stick mag, the old Colt, 9mm mag. They're not easy to find. If they were a Glock, and maybe that's what they had to do, I don't know, but I got one from them when I was working a lot with SAR back in the day, and to my knowledge, there's only 3 of us that got them, and then they decided they weren't going to be able to bring them in, so they didn't send out any more. I don't know how many of them are out there in America, but I've got one, and I'm happy about that because that's a bad mamma jamma. I like that. If you can get a PSA AR-10, at least a quarter of the price of a Scar. I don't disagree. I think that Scott, I agree with you. I think that a 12.5-inch 308 or AR-10, whatever you want to call it, might be like the perfect gun. Like, honestly, I think that might be the perfect setup. You can do anything you want to with like a 12.5-inch AR-10. That's and for a fraction of the price, you know. That said, I just like the Scar. I think it's cool. That's just me. I like things that aren't necessarily how do I put this? They don't make sense. They don't have necessarily a need for them out there. They're just badass. That's me. That's what I like. Now, the one thing about the AR-10, and this is something that Chris and Ginger jump in, you know, do what you got to do, but can we not somehow, some way, can we not industry-wide figure out a way? I'm not saying mil spec because there's no such thing, but can we not come out with an industry standard for an AR-10, please, for the life of God? Like, why has it taken this long? Why can't we come up with an industry standard for an AR-10? Go ahead. You look like you have something you want to say, John.
I've been preaching this for since I started at Faxon. Mm-hmm. There needs to be an industry standard on the AR-10. We do not need DPMS, Gen 1, Gen 2, Armalite spec. Pick a spec, everybody go with it. There needs to be a council.
You can do your other stuff, but there needs to be a standard.
Yes, 100%. Because a DPMS Gen 1 will not work with a DPMS Gen 2 or Armalite spec, depending on who. Mm-hmm. Working customer service for an AR parts manufacturer when people are building AR-10s, just trust me. I
think that there would be a lot more AR-10s sold. I think it would be huge for the market of AR-10s in general if there was an industry standard. Why do people love building AR-15s? Because you can go buy anything that's mil spec for any 100 different companies, and they're all going to work basically. You can't do that with AR-10s. It's not as easy to do with AR-10s. I think if they did that, I think that you would actually see a large increase in AR-10 sales. I think that once people understand and get to shoot an AR at a 308, I was going to say a 308 AR-10 308 through a gas gun, I don't think that people have never shot it understand how awesome it is. It really is. It's amazing. I don't know. So wouldn't a short barrel reduce the effectiveness of a full powered cartridge? Absolutely it would. But let's be honest. How far are you going to reach out with your AR-10 in real life scenarios? A couple 100 yards? You can shoot it out to 1,000 yards easily. You can do that, but in every day, and you can still go and get those 20 inch, 22 inch, 18 inch, whatever you want to do, barrels for that 308 if you want to reach it out. But if you've never shot a 12 inch 308 and done room clearing with one, it's bad to the bone, folks. I'm just saying. They are hard to find and they are expensive. AR-10s are more expensive. But here's the thing. If you were able to have an industry standard, and a lot of these other now accessory and component companies that are making mil spec stuff for AR-15s were now able to come up with a lot of the same AR-10 parts for builds and all that, you would see the prices drop. You'd see the inventory raise because you can then build your own and you can go find them for cheaper because you have a lot of these other companies getting into the game of the AR-10. Without a standard, you have to, it's a niche thing. I'm saying if you made a standard, it wouldn't be a niche thing. It would be a thing, in my opinion. I don't know. 12.5, 308 range. Effective range? I wouldn't shoot it outside of about 100 to 200 yards. You can go 200 yards, but I wouldn't go much out to 250 at the most. But I'm not using a 12.5, 308 for that. I know it sounds crazy. I'm using that for 100 yards and in. I'm going to use that, and I'll use that in CQB. Throwing
Well,
it out
that
there.
goes back to what you were talking about earlier too. If it was a standard on the AR-10,
Yeah,
you could have that short barrel
absolutely.
to basically have fun with. Then you could have your
Just switch up
18,
uppers.
20-inch upper over there that you want to go out to 800,000 yards with.
Absolutely. Please, same question, Ghost. I don't. Same question as what? Did I miss a question?
I don't see a question that was missed. Just the effective range.
I mean, I would say 250 would be an effective range for a 12.5-inch 308. Can you go longer? Yeah, I'm talking about effective range. But like I said, man, I'm using that. I'm using that for up close, man. I'm going to destroy some people up close with that. Destroy people or whatever I need to destroy. Up close. 12.5 308 is a blast to shoot. It really is. Really is. But yeah, like I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like what you're talking about, Chris, is have an industry standard. And it's just like the AR, the 15 platform. You have separate dedicated uppers for whatever you need. They're all going to fit those lowers. They're all going to fit those because here's the thing. There are, depending on the lower that you have an AR-10, certain magazines, even mag pools won't work. They won't fit in some of these lowers. It's insane because there is not a standard. You can go and get, well, I've got an Anderson 308 that won't take certain polymer magazines. How does that happen? You know, get an industry standard.
I've never really dove in to the AR-10 platform that much. Like
I love a 308. I just love a 308 round.
Well, it's like I have a 6.5 Creedmoor with a 20-inch barrel, which it's a Savage. And I've always wanted to get a 308 upper so I could just kind of go back and forth. The hell, I don't even know what'll fit that Savage lower, to be honest with you.
Yep. Abigail's saying if I want a hard-hitting power shorter barrel, she's going 300 blackout or 450. I'm not saying anything's wrong with a 300 blackout or 458 SOCOM. 100%. I love those. All four of them. I'm just personally a fan of the 308.
What about 8.6?
I have not. I have very little. I have maybe 5 shots with 8.6. So I have like zero experience to base anything off of it. I can tell you what I hear from guys, and 8.6 is not something that people are impressed with. I don't think it's stabilized yet. I think it's too new. The ballistics, I think people like the ballistics of it for sure. I don't know. I don't have enough.
I've never shot it past 100 yards. I know at 100 yards, it hits hard.
Oh, I'm sure. Ballistically, people love it ballistically. I think time will tell.
Shot out to 600 with the 8.6 with an 8-inch barrel, and it was
just suppressed.
Suppressed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was hitting them, hitting them hard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it will go well. Was it the 8.6 blackout? Is that what it officially is?
Yeah, 8.6 blackout. Yep.
I've heard nothing but good things. I think I've had like 4 or 5 rounds total in my like shooting it, and that's not enough for me to. I don't know. Ballistically, like I said, I heard it's a fucking hammer, dude. I heard it's a hammer, but I don't know. Time will tell. There's a lot of cartridges I think that would have done well that just never took off. I think that and we've talked about this on this show many times over the last 5 years. I think that the idea and the concept of the 224 Valkyrie was awesome. They just never could get the twist rate. They never could get it down, you know. But the idea of what they were trying to do with the 224 Valkyrie was dead on. It would have been amazing. They just couldn't do it, unfortunately.
I still wish I would have had my YouTube channel when I first, because I was one of the first people to get the 224 Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played around with that round for 2 years. And if I would have had that all documented on YouTube, shit,
Yeah.
it would have been awesome. But you know what I ended up doing after 2 years with that gun?
What's that?
It's sitting in pieces down in the
Is it
reloading
really?
room, and I'll probably never shoot it again.
Yeah.
I hated that round. I even reloading it, it was a pain in the butt trying to get something dialed in with it.
It just never, there was no one, and everyone was trying to figure it out, but no one could ever figure out how to stabilize it. You know, they could for 500, 600 yards, 700, maybe 800, but that thing was supposed to be able to go, reach out past 1,000 yards, but it never could no one could figure out how to stabilize that projectile. And it's a shame. It's a shame.
Well, the biggest thing with it too was, because I took it down to dead zero, I was bound and determined to hit 1,000 yards with it.
Yeah.
And the problem was, after it gets past 800 yards, it goes subsonic. So it wouldn't register on the targeting system down there.
Yeah.
So it pretty much fizzled out at 800 yards. But I mean, I was happy that I was able to get an 800-yard hit with it. But yeah, it just. And so the whole story with that was when Federal released that cartridge, when the gun came out, all the barrels had a 1 in 7 twist rate, and it was the wrong twist rate.
Yeah.
Well, then they went to a 6.5.
A 6.5. Yeah. And they thought, and the 6.5 worked. They thought.
But the bad part was they had already sold thousands and thousands of 1 in 7 twist barrels. So it was, that whole round was
try working for a barrel manufacturer doing that, because we had to change. We did a 1 in 6.5, a 1 in 7, and then I think at one point we were testing 1 in 7.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was we were testing.
I never heard much of the 7.5. What were your results in testing the 7.5? Were they positive at the time?
I think the 1 in 7.5 out of all of them was the best. It was a while.
Really?
It was so long ago, I can't remember. But they took it out and they were like, "Okay, this one's actually doing better."
Yeah. I saw something earlier.
Yeah,
Scott says I'm going to. Yeah, I'll hear in a second. But Scott says I'm going to go looking for a hog gun to Texas. 300 blackout, about a 10.5, 10 1/4, 10.5, 300 blackout. Probably the best hog gun out there. Jacob says, question for y'all. My local shop just had a weird firearm come through the shop. What is that?
They are so. I know what this is.
Your opinion on this? The Calico M100.
So it's that weird looking gun with a 100-round 9mm drum on the top, if I'm not mistaken. They were made in the
right now.
They were made in the 90s. They were kind of
okay. This kind of looks like an AUG or AUG, whatever boat that you're in. Kind of like an AUG-ish style. The pictures I'm seeing.
Yeah, they're if you can get it for cheap, they're cool little things, but they are not.
Is it 22? Is that what it is? It's the 22 LR.
Oh, it's the 22 version.
No, I'm just saying the one that I'm looking at, the 22 version. I don't know what the one
they made. I think he said it's the 22 version. It's in 22 LR.
22.
Yeah.
If you get it for a couple $100, you've probably done okay.
Yeah, because right now, just the 22 version on Gunbroker is at like 6 galactic credits, and the 9mm versions are at over $1,000. Because they're weird collector
listed. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe just because it's rare, but I mean, no offense, I'm not going to spend $500. There's Chase. Chase, have you ever heard of this Calico M100?
Yep.
What can you say about it?
Silly, like crazy subgun thing with mag on top.
Kind of like an AUG or something, you know?
Yeah, got a rotary mag on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Well, when you were going live earlier, I guess you were having technical problems. I saw it was like you and
Nope.
Chris.
It
I was
turns out it
freaking-
wasn't me. It was all Chris. He had me
Nice.
thinking it was all me, but it was all Chris. So I just want to
Oh,
make
I
that
had like my
plainly
camera
clear.
on and everything. I was like flipping you off.
I
And making
saw you.
faces and all.
I saw you, but I was trying to figure out why I couldn't hear him. And it turns
I
out
was-
that, you know,
Yeah. I was literally sitting in the Mexican restaurant waiting on food. And I'm like, well, they're just going to keep me bringing me margaritas. I'm not going anywhere.
ooh, a drunk chase is even a better chase.
Bro.
Dangerous chase. But a good chase.
$8 top shelves with an extra floater. I was like, sign me up.
That's not bad at all.
And they do like a $12 like all you can eat taco deal. And they do like carnitas,
Oh.
carne, and chicken.
Yeah. It is Taco Tuesday, by the way.
It was Taco Tuesday. So I was like, you know what? That sounds like, because I hadn't been home. Like since we talked earlier.
Yeah.
Like
I know
I
you said you had
never-
to go and do some errands and all that. So
yeah, well, I have never spent $200+ on freaking candy in my life till
it's
tonight.
Halloween. So what you should do is like Yoko does. The day after Halloween, you go to Walmart or Costco and buy everything they have, and you just save it till next year. But then again,
Well,
it never
that's-
works out because you end up eating it all
Yeah.
before next year, anyways.
Believe it or not, like, so I went to Sam's and like, believe it or not, like they had a pile of candy on clearance. Like
Yeah.
stuff that was like normally like $22, $24 a bag was like $12, $14.
Oh, wow.
And I still
Nice.
spent like $240 on candy.
Sounds about right.
That's the most white thing I've ever done in my life.
I doubt that, but okay.
Right. Bro, we didn't grow up like that.
No, we
Like,
can
we
talk
got- I
about
mean, we-
publicly. Yes, I get it.
I mean, like we all had good Halloweens like growing up, but like going around the neighborhoods and stuff. But like
yeah.
my parents lost their minds if I told them I was going to spend $200 on candy.
Oh yeah.
But dude, we had
Absolutely.
like 400+ kids last year and ran out like fast.
I'll see
I was like,
two
oh.
kids this year. Two.
That's because you live in
It's
the middle of
fantastic.
nowhere.
That's right. And there's a reason why.
Like my hoods, apparently ones that are on the maps on Facebook and stuff, and so
Your
they like
hood,
flock. Yeah, they flock to
that's
our
all.
neighborhood.
it's a gated hood, but yeah, okay.
It is. Shut up.
It's a hood.
Life's tough these days. Shut up.
It is. It's tough. I will say this: you had to go build an ark this weekend, so I'll give you that.
I did.
They could have used that in Jamaica today. Ooh, that was too.
They really could have. That's pretty rough.
That's pretty bad.
But don't worry, me and TJ will give them plenty of thoughts and prayers tomorrow night.
Yeah, you will. Good Lord.
Chris, you're gonna miss out. You should definitely just like run on down here for tomorrow.
TJ's hosting Halloween bingo. Can you imagine how
Oh,
bad
my
that's going to get?
With
How
an
many-
open bar.
TJ makes anything fun. It doesn't really matter. You just
That's fair.
Drunk grannies going out. Let's see how that goes.
Oh no, like drunk rich ladies at the tennis and pickleball club.
Mm-hmm.
This will be entertaining. It'd be like Trey's old clientele, hammered.
That was fun at times. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to make sure that if he does have a standing bet, whether or not he
does.
will pull out the American flag Speedo. We'll see. I don't think he will, but we'll see.
I tell him I will like bring him a cold case and deliver it right there where he stands.
Parge, I'll throw it in there. Make
Yeah.
it 2 cases. He might do it for 2 cases. I'll cover a
might.
case.
Yeah.
But I need pictures. I need proof. I need Instagram proof.
Don't worry.
He'll be wearing that. He has the same plate carrier as that one. So he needs to wear that.
But he wears a lot less with it.
Oh, he wears a Speedo and that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, you tell her that this is you tell her, hey,
This is men's
Hey.
only.
this is men's only. You stay in your lane.
She's like, "Oh, you sure you're just talking?" I was like, "No." All 7 people listening to this heard you.
7? I wouldn't say there's that many. There's got to be at least like 4.
She's like, oh my gosh, don't put me on there. She's tequila drunk. It's fun.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So I got to like pick
Who's
her up
got
out
the
the floor later.
kids?
Oh, they're running wild.
Fantastic.
I'm done. I don't care anymore today.
I get it. Halloween is my favorite. I love Halloween. I still have nightmares, Scott says, of Halloween. I worked an accident with the people were dressed as M&Ms. I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny. I'm sorry.
Were they regular or peanut?
Wow, don't you? That's so wrong. I was thinking it, but I didn't have the balls to say it.
I'm so glad he said that.
Yeah. Were they white chocolate or dark chocolate?
The cookies and creams, they mix them together.
Oh shit! The peanut butter M&Ms.
And here it goes.
G23s, they didn't melt in your hands. That's so funny. Well done, sir. Well,
He's like, they were basically peanut butter when I got to them.
Wow.
And we're back.
I have not slept in a while very well. I was up till 2 a.m. this morning watching a baseball game that never seemed to end. Didn't get much sleep. Been yawning
Leave it
all
till
day.
Freddie.
I mean, I tell you what, Freddie Freeman, whether or not he's a Hall of Famer or not is debatable. He's borderline Hall of Famer. I think he probably will go into the Hall. But that dude's the only person ever to have multiple walk-off home runs in the World Series in a career. First one ever.
Oh,
And that's not
100%.
even that's not even the most crazy stat of last night. Shohei was up to bat 9 times and reached base 9 times. Say it with me again, Ferris. 9 times. He went 4 for 4 with 2 homers and 2 doubles in the first 8 innings of the game. From the 9th to the 18th, he was walked 5 times.
it's wild.
I haven't seen the score. They are playing. It's technically it's game 4, but it's really game 5 because they played 2 games last night. They played 2 9-inning games. But yeah, I don't know what the score. Let me go check on ESPN on the Ocho and see what
The Ocho.
the Ocho.
I mean, could you imagine though? Like you had that madness last night. It's like, all right, got to do it again today.
Yeah, it's like, and they actually started earlier today.
Isn't Shohei pitching today too?
He was supposed to start. I don't know if he did or not. He was scheduled to start, but with that quick of a turnaround and all that,
That's terrible.
Jays are up 2-1 in the 4th. Let me see. Did Shohei?
Gay.
Let's see here.
And I'm not a Dodgers fan.
Shohei's
by any means.
pitching.
Yeah, Shohei is pitching. He's 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. So yeah, he is pitching.
I can't get behind the Blue Jays because they're a bunch of communists.
I don't like the Dodgers.
I don't
For a
either.
lot of reasons. I don't like them. I like them more than I do the Cardinals. But I'm not a big Dodger. My wife is not a Shohei fan. I appreciate Shohei. I think that yes, you heard that right, Chris. He is Japanese. I think that when it's all said and done, I think we're looking at arguably the greatest player ever to play baseball. Honestly, what he can do on the mound and hitting, I think he could go down as the greatest baseball player ever. Cardinals rock.
That's why she doesn't like him though, because he's actual Japanese and she's not.
That's probably fair. I wouldn't say she's jealous, but
No, she's not jealous. She's just they've got
that's
complexes
why
over there.
they do have complexes over there. She's a big fan of Yu Darvish. She thinks that he is very attractive. Okay. I was a big Ichiro fan. I mean, who doesn't like Ichiro?
Oh yeah.
Cubbies fan. I'm a Reds fan. I'm a Reds and Padres fan. So like the Cardinals and the Dodgers, I don't like them. I can stand the Dodgers. I can stand the Dodgers. I despise with every bone of my body the Cardinals. It is what it is. Says you lost me at sports ball. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I gave up years ago, actually, because the last time I cared somewhat about baseball, like for real, because I mean I grew up a Braves fan, so there's a lot of reasons to hate baseball these days.
Yeah.
But when my final straw was when those idiots got rid of Freeman. I was like, I'm out.
I've always been a fan of Freddie Freeman. I like the way he plays the game. I think he's a baseball guy. He is. And every time they get that like signature player, they're like, all right, this is doing too good. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of him. Well, how do you think I feel with the Reds? The Reds were the freaking farm system for every other major market team in the big leagues forever.
Yeah.
Like every good player that ever came through Cincinnati, because we wouldn't Marge and they wouldn't pay them, so they'd go free agent somewhere else. It's like, come on, guys.
Bring back the Ted Turner days when you just like pay whatever. It didn't matter.
He did. When Ted Turner was going head to head with Steinbrenner and see who was going to pay the most, those were good days for baseball.
Those are fantastic days for baseball. I mean, there were some juggernauts back then.
Yeah.
But also be honest, like just sports in general in the 90s were just so much better.
I think so. I mean, I think so.
They played harder. They hit.
I'm on the bandwagon of letting the steroid guys in the hall because everyone was doing it, even the pitchers. And like Barry Bonds to me in my lifetime is the best baseball player that ever played in my lifetime. But here's the thing about Barry Bonds. He was a Hall of Famer before he went to San Francisco and started roiding up. He was a Hall of Famer in Pittsburgh.
Dude, he was so
why the hell is he not in the Hall?
He was a legend before he started juicing. But let's be honest, all those freaking power hitters back then were doing it. All of them.
Everyone was, and so were the pitchers. Like even Roger Clemens was roiding up. So
yeah, look at how big Clemens was. Like that dude was huge.
The sad thing is all those guys will make it to the Hall. They're going to do them just like they did Pete Rose. They're going to wait till they die and bring them in. Bullshit. Still bitter about that.
Dude, there's so much BS from back then, but it's whatever. Nobody cared.
Thoughts on college kids getting allowed to bet on pro sports? You don't think they were doing it before? Now it's just legal.
Yeah. Well, not if the commissioners have their way, because they're all like they've all petitioned against it today.
Oh, I didn't see that, but
yeah, Greg Sankey and the SEC led it, and all the Power Four commissioners got together and were like, "Yeah, that's a no."
So here's the thing: would you be okay them betting only on pro sports and not college sports?
I don't. Honestly, I mean,
honestly, I don't give a shit.
I'm so disillusioned with the whole way they're handling all this, like NIL and now the profit sharing next year and the portal bullshit. Like, let's pick one. Like, you can't have all this. You can't have a kid who comes to a school and gets $2 million to play, who may or may not be worth a shit, but who has the option to hit the portal with no penalty anytime he wants, and he's allowed to take that money that he's made and do legal sports betting with it on top of all that. Like, they were already kings beforehand. Like, they were all getting paid on their table. Like, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
But, and it's fine to, like, do profit share. I mean, forget this whole NIL thing. Let them profit share. If they're going to do the stuff, like, let's That way, everybody on the team gets a cut of it, not just certain players.
Well, and I've said that I think that if you profit share, I think what you can do is you can cap it.
Yeah.
To make it somewhat fair. But here's the thing. If you do the profit sharing through the school, right? Through the school, then what you can do is then they're now employees of that school.
Yeah, they got to adhere to rules.
They have to adhere, but they also, even for the player side, then they can unionize. They can go and get insurance through the schools, just like any other employee could. They can.
But they already got all that, though.
They do. But I'm saying through the actual school, they can,
through like
they
whatever
can
state they're in and all that. Yeah,
that's right. That said, the school then could terminate them. They can renegotiate things with them. But you know what? If you leave on your own, you don't take that money with you. It protects both sides, but I don't think that'll happen.
No. I mean, the whole thing is like, it's not amateur sports anymore.
No.
Which D1 ball in general hasn't been amateur sports for a long time. But like what we were talking about, like we've talked about in the past, you know, especially the big D1 schools like the SEC schools, most of them, not all of them, but most of them, and like, you know, Ohio State for those two over there, you know, those schools bring in insane money. They bring insane TV revenue in.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a cut of it. I'm fine with that. But like, hey, this is your scholarship. This is basically your stipend, but you only get that after the season.
Absolutely.
Like, you're going to get paid. Like, don't worry. We're going to take care of your nutrition and food and all that crap's handled. Your cost of living, all that madness is handled. And give them like a stipend like they used to give them before the NIL stuff throughout the year so they can afford to live and have a little bit of fun.
$1,500 a month. And people don't realize they're making $1,500 a month, but everything was paid for.
Yeah. Everything.
They were calling it laundry stipends and all that, but they're making like $1,500 to $2,000 a month, but everything was paid for. So it was just free $2,000.
100%.
You know,
but like at the end of the day, like it's all fine and good. If you hit the portal beforehand, you don't get it.
Yep, that's it.
Like, see ya, and you got to play the ball game.
And here's the thing: I wouldn't even cap it at that. I wouldn't say that you can if you want that quarterback to make $4 million. Cool. Let that quarterback make $4 million, but you don't collect on it until February 1st.
Exactly. You got to wait till
1st, or that whole school season's over. You don't get it until May, like when that school season's over, because at that point it's too hard, you know. And if you do transfer, it doesn't go with you, bud. It doesn't go with you. So
it's insane how much money these colleges are making. Like the amount of coaches we've seen fired this year and how many millions of dollars they're walking away with.
Dude, the buyouts are insane. Like we were joking about this the other day. Like I would love to be Jimmy Sexton. The money he's making on all this madness, brokering all these big coach deals. Like I screwed up in life.
Well,
I should have been a college
Franklin
football
walked
agent.
away with $55 million to get fired. $55 million to get fired.
Dude.
Florida just offered Lane Kiffin a 6-year, was it $13.5 million a year contract?
$81 million for 6 years. He basically would have made. He'd basically made $500,000 a year more than Kirby, who's the current highest paid at like. He's at like 12.5 or 12.9, so whatever it is.
But here's the thing: of that contract, they were responsible for 90% of it, no matter what happens.
Well, hell, Billy. I mean, getting rid of Billy, like that dude got $50 million a day he stepped off campus.
Away.
And there's no penalty. He can get a job tomorrow and still collect it all.
That's it.
Like, who negotiates this crap?
How much was Brian Kelly's buyout?
Not as much as, I mean, it was high, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, but LSU basically just like ponied up like $50 million to kid him out. Dude, have you heard the inside story on all that?
No.
It's wild. Insane. So besides like the toxic culture and all that stuff that's been going on, and the players are like rejoicing that he's gone, and like former players and all this madness, like he was an absolute dickbag to everybody, and that's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
So he wasn't supposed to get fired Tuesday or Sunday. What happened was he went in the AD's office and showed his ass. He was supposed to go in there and have a talk. They told him he had to fire his offensive coordinator and another position coach. Like the defense is great, offense is terrible, and that's what you're responsible for. Like that's got to go. You know, if it doesn't change, you're gone. But that's what's happening right now, and he refused to do it. And then he threw a fit and got into an argument with the AD, and the AD lost his shit and told him to get out. He was done.
Yeah.
Like they don't. I mean, but the fact that LSU got balls big enough like that to be like, you're out, see you bye, is, I give him props for doing it. But that dude was the absolute worst, like, wrong fit for that school.
He was the name, but the name, yeah, he is going to sound weird. And it was what Chase and I were talking about the other day. It's going to sound weird, so don't get offended, John and Chris. Kelly is a Midwestern, Northern, Big Ten type of guy. He's not, and when I say that, he's a Yankee, because here's the thing. To be successful in the SEC, I think you have to have grown up in the South. You have to understand the Southern culture. What the SEC means is different. And just like an SEC guy, you know, Urban Meyer went up and went from Florida to Ohio State. But Urban Meyer is not a Southern guy. You know, he's a Midwestern guy. So it suits him. But
and he did good in Florida for other reasons.
For other reasons, yes.
It wasn't I mean, he was a decent coach, don't me wrong, but like, Urban got away with murder.
Literally got away with murder on his watch. Yes.
Yeah.
They got him later, but on his watch, he got away with it.
Yeah. But Tebow was literally the only saving grace that entire team, because he's the only reason everybody didn't go to jail was people felt bad for Tebow, I guess. I don't know. But to get that Heisman. I don't like
Tebow, but I respect Tebow.
I do. And like,
maybe the best college football player maybe ever, quarterback at least, college.
To get that Heisman and to get that natty, like, Florida has literally burned every bridge known to man, and they're in that like eternal pit of we'll never get any better. And they did. They had Dan Mullen figuring that place out, and they ran him off like a bunch of idiots.
I think they could have given him a couple more years, and he would have been fine.
I do too, but I don't think Florida's going to get laying now with LSU looking.
Wes says, I don't like OU, and he's talking about OU and Texas joining the SEC. I'm fine with it. Being a Texas guy, I'm a Longhorn. I'm fine with it. That was all money. That was a money grab. Understand that
100%.
The reason why that was the Big 12 TV contract was up for renegotiation, and they weren't going to get near what they could have gotten. And see, here's the thing: the Big 12, OU and Texas didn't have to share whatever they got. They didn't share with the other schools. It's like basically what happens in the SEC is whatever the pool is, they split it up among the 16 teams evenly.
Yeah,
they don't do that in the Big 12. But even with the just splitting up evenly, OU and Texas were going to make more money. But now what you're also doing the SEC, I'm bringing two huge brand names into the SEC, but you're also bringing the Texas TV market into the SEC, even bigger than A&M. You're bringing Longhorn Nation into SEC. I know we're talking sports ball. We've lost everybody. I get it.
We'll just go ahead and say it right now. If there's anybody out there from another conference that would like Texas A&M to join your conference,
yes, we'll gladly. Yes.
Please call Greg Sankey in Birmingham and say, you know what, you can have that Colt. That's cool.
Yes.
Like nobody wants that.
I think that A&M and Notre Dame should play each other 12 times a year. And
they could just be the weirdo independent league that are closet pedos, and everybody would be cool with it.
That's 100%.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about how Indiana's the number 2 team in the country right now?
Dude, this year is so weird. Nothing makes any sense.
I think this was the first weekend a top 10 team didn't lose.
Yeah, I'd say what's weird is it's weird to me just looking at the Big Ten and seeing UCLA, USC, Oregon, and it's like, wow, like it's still weird to see there's no Pac-12,
It's odd. But like
Vandy's a top 10 school, and legit. Like Vandy's a legit playoff team, bro.
Dude, Vandy's dangerous, and just for no other reason than my situation, Hugh Freeze ought to be drug out behind a shed and beat for
Yes, he should.
denying Pavia a chance. Like, the
Not
kid
even
wanted to
giving him a
come to
chance.
Auburn, and he's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, are you out of your freaking mind, dude? Look at this madness. But instead, I got, Peyton Thorne and Jackson Arnold, that both of them should go jump in the pond I'm looking at right now and take a deep breath.
What's the kid that came in against Arkansas? He looked pretty good. The kid
Ashton
from
Daniels,
Stanford.
that kid should have freaking gotten touches a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you guys watched that? Sorry.
No. What's up, Chris?
Have you guys watched that Netflix documentary where they on the kid from, like, it's Vanderbilt's in the documentary and they follow that quarterback around?
I guess
you
not.
got to watch it, man. That kid from Vanderbilt, that quarterback is just that kid's
he's
so
a
much
rock
freaking
star.
Oh yeah, are they following
He
Pavia
is
around?
Yeah, it's
I didn't know
really
that.
watch
I
good.
need to go watch that. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I watched
G23 real quick. G23 wants to get back. Are we betting on Ohio State versus Penn State? Why would you bet on Ohio State versus Penn State right now?
Not now. Like earlier in the year, maybe, but now there's no chance.
Now.
That's the thing. Like, Franco wasn't a terrible coach, but he couldn't win the big one. He was like a Mark Richt. He couldn't win the big one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that guy's gonna have 10 wins a season, but you can't beat Michigan and Ohio State. That's just the way it was.
That was it. I saw it earlier, and I don't remember what it was, but they had like the ratings at LSU, and it was like their last coaches. So it was like Saban, Les Miles, and Orgeron all had like 40 some odd wins to like upper teens losses, and each one of them had SEC championships and 90. And then you had Kelly that had like an abysmal record and a fake accent and just treating everybody like shit.
Fake accent.
Don't let the freaking leprechaun in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no kidding.
We ain't worried about Penn State. Right here in dead like ground zero.
Indiana better be worried about.
We are more worried about Michigan than anybody, because it doesn't matter how bad Michigan is, they always get in our heads.
Yeah,
oh, dude, that's
Ryan.
Those big rivalries.
He can't beat Michigan. He can't beat him. I'd say who y'all need to be worried about more than anybody is Indiana. I think Indiana, if y'all play each other straight up in like the Big Ten championship or whatever, I'm not so sure Indiana doesn't win that game.
Does the Big Ten have a championship?
It's probably
Big Ten has the championship game.
That was sarcasm, Ginger.
Shut up.
No one cares outside the SEC.
Nobody cares. It's like you have like two schools, and then Indiana's on the corner going, "Look at us."
You have two SEC guys on this panel and two Big Ten guys on this panel. Who's going to win this argument? We're louder, I promise you.
Listen, Ohio State did one thing great this year, and that was exposing Arch Manning, because now everybody knows that if he gets blitzed, he just can't do it. He just shuts down.
I'm not arguing that fact. I'm just saying let's see what happens at the end of the year. I do believe Sark's a great quarterback coach.
Problem.
He can figure it out. He'll figure out something if he has to.
Yeah, he knows that kid's a problem, but he has no choice but to play him. Like there's too many boosters, too much money
invested. Yeah, like he's a Manning, for God's sake.
I would love to hear Peyton and Eli's actual thoughts.
I hate to keep turning this into sports talk, but
I'm good with it.
I think the biggest mistake they made with Arch, they put way too much pressure on that kid the first game of the season. And what they did with
being preseason number one and had never taken a meaningful start in college football, that hurt. Yeah.
What we did with Julian was the right thing. We just wouldn't let him put the ball in the air. Just keep it on the ground, get it to your backs, get it where it needs to go. And then that boosted that kid's confidence. So then when he came into that second game, then he started throwing. Then by the third game, he had all that confidence built up. But, man, they put so much damn pressure on Arch. I'm glad we beat him, but they hyped
your
him
last
up
name is
much.
Manning and you broke all of Peyton's high school records, like, you're the number one recruit. I mean, he's a Manning, for God's sakes. He's going to be hyped up. I'm more proud, as much as it pissed me off. I was a big Quinn Ewers fan but Quinn struggled down the stretch last year. Let's be honest. He didn't play great down the stretch. Where there could have been some times that you could have brought Arch in. But what I'll say this is for 2 straight seasons, they kept Arch on the bench. 2 seasons, full seasons. They kept him on the bench. He played against Sisters of the Blind and Sisters of the Poor. Great. Didn't have a meaningful game time for 2 seasons. My problem is this. He looks like he's a true freshman. He looks like the game's still going way too fast for him. He's been on campus now for 2.5 years. That's what I'm more worried about. What has he been doing the last 2.5 years? Because the game looks fast to him like he is a true freshman. He is not. This is a 3rd-year quarterback.
He should be getting real-time reps, even if it's not in a game.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, put him in there on the second team prepping for a game against the first-team defense.
Against
and let him
once. Absolutely.
Yeah, put him up at pace. Get him some tempo. Like, what are they doing?
But he looks like the game's still moving way too fast. And it's like, man, like if you just watched him, you sit there and say, oh, he's not doing too bad for a true freshman. No. He is.
And everybody
not a true
says,
freshman.
like, his football IQ is high and he's an intelligent dude and all that. And I believe all that. It's just, he just can't put it together.
Well, if you go watch the Florida game again, he had receivers open downfield. He just couldn't pull the trigger.
No.
He was too gun shy.
Either that or he's a half a second too late.
Yeah.
You know?
But
and
the
a
problem
half a
is,
second too late is different in the SEC than it is anywhere else.
Even when you're playing like teams that aren't doing great, the defense, their sole thing that day is to hit that quarterback because they might suck and they might lose, but they get that one highlight.
But it's a sack on a Manning, you know?
And everybody's gunning for him.
You're going to watch at the end of this year, there's going to come out that he had some undisclosed injury.
I think he's playing with a shoulder injury.
His shoulder has not healed from last year.
I think he's still playing hurt.
That said, I think he's well enough. The problems I'm seeing with Arch aren't because of a shoulder problem. I think the game's still moving too fast for him. It hasn't slowed down. Now, that said, we still got some time left. Over the next couple of months, if for some reason that switch does happen and it starts to slow down for him, I'm telling you guys, don't count Texas out. I'm just saying.
Well,
we have one of the best I would say a top 2 or 3 defenses in the country. You can win a lot of games with a good defense and a mediocre offense.
Unless you got Hugh Freeze as a coach.
Well, that's true too.
They got to beat Vandy this week.
I think they beat Vandy because it's at home. I think they beat Vandy. I think that here's the thing. Our defense is really good. And if we can stop the quarterback, I think we have a defense that can stop him. Or at least slow him down. I
don't think they're going to contain Pavia. That's going to be the problem. If they can't contain him, he's going to.
That's what I'm saying. I think that we have the defense that can. I think that we've got enough athletes that we can put a spy on him that eliminates him. That's just me. We'll find out. I hope I'm right. Where's Kyle? Probably fucking working, man. He's been working his ass off. So I mean,
he hates all of us now.
He hates all of us right now.
He bailed. Doesn't talk to nobody no more. It's like, fuck you guys, we're out.
Every now and then he'll check in on we have a big group chat with a bunch of us, and he'll check in every now and then. But it's not as often as it used to be. So hopefully soon. I'm trying to get him a shot.
Work.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him. I sent him a text. Was it yesterday? Maybe over the weekend. I think it was yesterday. I said, "Hey, you're gonna go to shot? I can get you in if you need to." And he says he thinks he might be going to shot. No, so I'll have to get him in. But
speaking I think he needs a break. Chase, you get that email today from Shot?
If I did, I haven't looked at it. Which one?
Oh, the one where they're cracking down on badges.
Oh no, I did not.
Oh, okay. Fun story time. So SHOT Show put out a notice saying that if you supply a badge for your company to anybody who is not a representative of your company or is there to do business for your company, and if they're doing business for another company or for another entity, and they get caught with your badge on, they are then for you are subject to penalty of losing priority points, a fine, and a bunch of other stuff.
Really?
Shot is really cracking down on the Instagram influencer, and my buddy's uncle wants to go to SHOT Show under my FFL badge. They are cracking down hard this year.
They say that, but
I mean, that's cool. They can keep running it in the ground all they want to. I mean,
it's eventually going
I
to get to the point where people aren't going to say "fuck shot." Let's just be honest.
I mean, a bunch of companies will bail, and it's obvious. But I understand cracking down on a lot of the BS, and I'm not against that by any means.
Yeah.
But if a company that is paying for a booth wants to invite whatever influencer or
they're spending 7 figures on the entire trip.
Celebrity or personality or whatever, who cares?
Yep, I agree. If you're
Like,
paying
it's just
high
free
6 figures or 7 figures to be there over the week, including everything, I think they should be able to do that. But hell, this shit,
it's free PR.
Yep.
Especially if you get people in who aren't necessarily gun people, but are becoming gun curious and all that. Like, that's what you want. That's how you grow all this stuff. Like, now I understand, like, every Tom, Dick, and Harry quote unquote influencer. I mean, there's those people.
I don't know why the hell they let me in.
But it's, I mean, let's be honest. If you just put your YouTube on your badge, I guess you can do what you want.
Or if you say you work for YouTube.
Yeah.
That's fair, too. That's fair. Where is that? I haven't
Excuse
seen
me.
that dude. I hope he's all right. Hope he hadn't crashed.
I mean, he's a Swiftie, so I definitely crashed.
Yeah.
Make a U-turn across 4 lanes of highway? What do you mean?
Hey, that gets close to home. That happens here regularly.
Let's say that's just a normal Wednesday in Florida, apparently.
Yeah, all the freaking it's all the people from California that got licenses.
Was it a couple weeks ago that you had a fucking truck take out the entire median?
Yeah,
last month.
Yeah,
I mean, they just redid all that shit.
Right down the street from the shop. I was watching it happen in like real time. There's nothing you can do in this like 18-wheeler just like trying to make a turn he couldn't make by any standards, like, and just plowed through this brand new median they just finished.
Gotta love it. Probably Swiftie.
I'm sure he was definitely an American citizen and could speak English and read English just fine. And
wow.
I mean, like all those big, like all those really bad like truck fatalities here recently have all been like foreigners that they're not U.S. citizens. They can't read or write English. And I'm like, why are they driving a truck?
Yeah.
How'd they pass their CDL exam?
They didn't. They said they had a license from whatever third world shithole they came from, and they just granted them a permit, especially like California just giving them out left and right. They are going to allow, and it's happening in the idiot liberal states, so they're going to allow them to start coming to the country, and basically they don't have to show proof that they're a medical doctor or a medical professional. They'll just take their word for it from XYZ country they came from and grant them the same license here.
Oh, wow.
That's a problem.
That's not good.
Big problem.
So, like, we can all take a trip to Islamabad and become doctors and then come back and be like, yep, I'm a doctor. I would like that certification now, please. Thank you.
Yep. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay. All right, Ginger, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to talk a little GOA and FLR. What you got going on in both?
GOA, we've got, like I said, SHOT Show coming up, the Arizona Freedom Fest coming up March 28th in Phoenix or in Glendale. And then we've got the one big beautiful lawsuit going on to get rid of the NFA. So if you haven't done so, go ahead and go over to Palmetto. You can get one of their lowers that donates money to us. Or donate. And coming up next year, there's maybe some super exciting announcements, and we've got goals coming up in Des Moines, but there may be somebody in this room we've got an exciting announcement coming up with. So keep your eyes out for that stuff. And if FLR, we've got cool things going on, just a bunch of gun reviews.
Say hi to Kurt.
Oh, I will. I was just with him yesterday to do our 25
We don't need to know about that.
Yeah.
fucking California compliance bullshit.
Did you call a couple of the companies we talked about getting some roster guns?
No, I found out I don't need a roster gun. I just
Oh,
need 10
okay.
round mags. I called Anthony and GOC, and they were like, "Oh yeah, they can't enforce you because you're not a California thing. So you just have to have 10 round mags, and you're non-compliant guy." I had to qualify which every gun I'm going to carry, and it's got to be licensed, make, model, serial number, caliber on my license. But other than that, that's about it.
So to answer your question, Ozzy says, so how big of a holster? First off, Ozzy makes custom leather holsters that are amazing, by the way. I've got one for my Springfield Ronin. Anyways, how big of a holster maker do you have to be to go to shot? Here's the problem with that, Ozzy. If you're going as a holster maker, then you're going to have to go as a vendor, which means you're going to have to buy space. I don't think they really necessarily care how big you are as long as you've got the money to do that.
And
Chase, do you have some more insight on that?
I haven't looked at the stuff like recently, but you have to become an NSSF member, register as a vendor, and then they will eventually contact you at some point when they have quote unquote availability.
Yeah.
What will probably happen is like the dungeon's sold out, so that's not happening, and there's not space in Caesars. And like you got to understand, like nothing.
You got to start in that
is,
next or whatever it's called. I think start.
Yeah, so the new supplier showcasing they do, that's like a day. You can get a badge and come in for that, and it's still like what was it, like $5 or $7 grand last year, John? Like something silly. I don't remember.
It was like $7 grand just to have a booth up at for the 2-day show.
Like like a 10 by 10 like little like showcase booth downstairs is like starting at like $10,000 or $15,000 these days, and that's literally the spot on the floor. That's not including all the other stuff you got to have. You got if you want electrical or you want carpet or pad or any other stuff, you better get ready to pay. Like I mean, my freaking footprint on the floor, just a square of real estate's like $72,000 or whatever it is.
They're charging extra now for corners, which is
they've always charged for corners, but now they're charging a lot more for corners.
That's hilarious to me.
It's
so
up
if you want
to
be in
basement's up to $48 a square foot.
Yeah, it's just insanity.
Really? Holy!
So it's almost like $48,000 just for the basement.
Yeah, if you have a decent sized booth, it's when it's all said and done, when it's all said and done, like little guys, I mean, you just budget $50,000 to make a trip, and most people can't do that.
Yep.
Ozzy, but my show is only $1,800, so hit me up.
There you go.
That's not too far of a drive for Ozzy either.
Not to Des Moines.
Nope.
So how did you work on the whole getting Slipknot to play your show yet?
I tried.
So
we tried.
I mean,
to
it's
get
a
corn.
hometown show.
It'd be
tried
so
to get
good.
corn too, but they said no.
Just go get Corey Taylor by himself. I'll be okay with that. You know.
I mean, I'm
on board with that.
I mean, I'll be fine with either
dudes.
one of those, but I mean, I'm just saying, if you were just able to get Corey to come up there with an acoustic and play, I'd be okay with that, 100%.
I 100% know how to get you in contact with some of these people directly, like their direct booking people, their management. However, you better be ready to pay for it.
Listen, you got to talk to Kaylee on the concert. That is her deal. I've tried to suggest people. She said no. It sounds like they're working on maybe John Rich, but I have no idea what's going on that side. I just let her do her thing.
Pussy.
Yep.
But I said we should have like different people last year, so I was told no.
I mean,
I don't even know who played last year or this year, I should say. I didn't go to the concert. So.
I can't even remember. I went to the concert. I can't even remember who. Lone.
It was
Star?
very memorable.
It was not the year before the concert with I can't even remember his name. It was great because he did an acoustic set.
Well, they had a guy. What's the guy's name from Leonard Skinner. Do they have Van Zant play?
Who,
Or
us?
was that shot a couple years ago?
Yeah, that was shot a
It
couple
must be
years
That
shot.
wasn't-
Okay, yeah, that was
That
shot.
wasn't us.
Because I heard him like warm up. I was like, that sounds like Van Zant. I'm like, what the hell? All right, Christopher, what you got going on, man?
Thursday, I'll be releasing the first video on that new core pistol. I'm pretty excited
Nice.
about that one. Yeah, I got a lot coming up. The
That's
left-handed AR is completely done. That's going to be really weird.
That's sacrilege.
shooting
That's
that gun.
sacrilege.
Yeah,
That should never exist. Just saying.
I didn't even know it existed.
But you're happy that it does.
Yeah. Yeah. I just actually, we were talking about 8.6 and all the weird calibers. I actually just got a new caliber in for the channel. So I think I'm going to go back to a little of the reloading stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Going to have to be a little weird and careful how I do that here on YouTube. But yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot coming up. So
I'm happy for it. That's good.
a lot of stuff I'm excited about. But
Good stuff,
what
man.
about, here we go, Chase. Let's get George to
Mhm.
play goals.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they can afford George.
George who? George.
Corpse grinder. See?
Yeah.
Mm,
We can make that happen.
yeah, you run that by Kaylee. I'm not gonna commit to anything without her knowledge. Also, the concert last year was Lanco. That's how memorable it was.
Who? Yeah, exactly. Like who?
Exactly. Kaylee also doesn't really want to do a concert this year, so we'll see how this
That's
goes.
probably a
Well,
good
have a
idea.
good one, and then the people will enjoy it.
Yeah. If you're going to do it right. You know?
Yeah, I don't understand why all these gun shows have to have country artists. We got to do something. We got.
Well, I'll be fine if they do like country artists we want to hear.
Good
Like
country
do,
artists.
Yeah.
do like all the outlaw shit we're all into, and then we're in. I don't want to hear this feel
This
good
new
shit.
this new shit's pop. It ain't country.
Yeah,
Here-
I want
here's-
to.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Chase. You just go talk to Kaylee. You all three talk to Kaylee, and you guys can get it across the finish board because that's what I've been saying for the last 2 years. But
Yeah, I mean, if you're going, look, we're a rowdy crowd to begin
Hey,
with. You might as well
38
like just,
Special still touring. I don't know why we can't get if 38 Special's playing like state fairs, why can't we get them to goals?
See, I'm
Hey.
down with that.
hey, we'll make a compromise with her. If she lets us have a band that we can get a pit going, then Team Dauntless can go wild in the pit. How's that?
All right.
nobody
So-
knows what that means except for you and
Oh,
I.
I know. This is the best part.
So here's the thing. I'd even be okay with Corey Feldman. 'Cause
Oh,
at least
bro.
I'd enjoy watching that bullshit.
Bro, I would watch that train wreck all day.
You know how many people would show up to the concert if you got Corey Feldman to come do the concert? I'm just throwing it out there.
What we're gonna do is we're not gonna tell Ginger, but we're gonna invite Jeffree Star on his behalf. He likes guns. Calm down.
Listen, we already had that pistol Princess Parabella, whatever the heck she was bunny hopping in year one. And
Oh yeah,
We have
Princess
the whole-
Parabella.
and the old guy upstairs grabbing ass in the window room. You know, just what we need
What?
more. Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No, I did not hear it.
In the-
Upstairs, like
In the media lounge, yeah. Some
Yeah.
old dude, year one, some old dude, his like side chick was like just pressed up against the glass up there. And we
How
had to
did I
kick-
not know about
It was
this?
pretty rough. I remember we were watching that going, is that really happening? Also, G23, you can't get
yeah, I
Ice Cube.
forgot about her. That was, oh man, yeah. I think
Yeah, huh?
Christian probably still has dreams about her. She was
Yeah.
messing with him so bad, and he came back to me. He goes, Dad, he goes, did you see her? And I was like, yeah, I saw her. And he was like, wow. He was in shock.
So, would you say there was more or less than 1,000 people that show up for that concert?
concert last year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you the numbers. It was bad. Like real bad.
So it's less than 1,000 easily.
Well, they're gonna blame the storms last year, but they were gonna
So
suck anyway.
if you're less than 1,000, you couldn't get Bonnie Blue then. So I was just thinking, if it was more than that, you might get Bonnie Blue to come in and do.
Ooh, we could.
We had Lanco and then Patel's.
He doesn't know who
Beyonce.
Bonnie Blue is.
Oh, I
Apparently.
know who Bonnie Blue is. I'm telling you no right now.
So,
Oh, so good.
whoa, Anderson Manufacturing's booth will have Bonnie
Oh
on
my
the blue
God.
couch.
On the blue couch. Oh my God.
Kyle will make a one-off shirtless Kyle appearance just for that one. Don't worry.
I'd be willing to buy a booth. Just
I
to
will
have a
pay for
couch
the
in there.
booth.
Yeah, just put a couch in there.
I will pay for the booth.
That'd be so
Like
good.
out of my own pocket for that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would do that and
We were
just put a couch there.
we were talking about Halloween posts for say the second today, and I was like, "Oh, we should do a graveyard of all the companies that went under Anderson, Sky," and they're like, "No."
It'd be
Yeah.
great, but it
Why?
would be
It's
in
funny.
bad taste. I think it'd be funny, but people would be pissy about it.
What you should do is make it an animated post though, and so like have the graves and then have shirtless Kyle as a zombie pop up out of the ground. Like Happy Halloween. That shit would be great.
Because you know, if you would have asked him to do like a video like in front of a green screen about a week or two ago, for that he would have done it.
Oh, I know he would have.
Oh, 100%. G23, just so we're clear, we can't have Ice Cube perform because Clover would attempt to show him how to crip walk correctly.
This is true. Ooh, you know who's still performing in all seriousness? He would never come to Des Moines, Iowa, but Too Short still performs. I'd be down for some Too Short.
You see, John, Too Short was a famous rapper back in the
He's from Oakland, and he was one of the
Oh,
first
yeah.
OG West Coast guys that made it big. Him and like Ice-T and all those guys were like the OG West Coast guys, you know. I have a story about the Durango. I had an old lady stand in front of me and flip me off yelling F ice. What you got against ice?
You know what you really should do in all seriousness, John? Like get one of the freaking like jam bands to come play. Get like Mo to come play for like 3 hours and we all get inebriated and just have a great time.
We're talking about either getting a band or doing a industry roast and inviting a bunch of industry people to do a roast.
That's gonna be as gay as you can. No one will show up to that. That would be so gay.
Come on.
You can only
That
do
would
that
be-
if you just put mics down at the bar at 2 a.m. and
Hey, I'm thinking open bar industry roast. That'd be great.
If you go open bar, that could be interesting.
Dude, that last night, that Thursday night, I had a very interesting experience at the bar. That was different.
Where at NASGW?
Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera.
All right.
All right. Chase, what you guys got going on EAA?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. All right. A lot of cool stuff coming down the road. I know
No, there's a ton of John got to play with a bunch of it. There's a bunch of new stuff coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chris's new videos, Chris has got a new caliber to play with coming.
Yeah, he does.
I'm intentionally sending it to him before I send one to Clover.
That's so good. I love it.
Just because it's fun for me.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I only had a call. Like we had.
Speaking of that, I got to send you my new FFL too.
Yeah, you do. Because I got a couple at the shop right now. I had to send a couple off for like a event that I got roped into, which is, I mean, it's a good thing. But so I got a couple of them, so I'll send you one of those. And then somebody can wait till he can wait a couple weeks till the rest of them come in.
What event did you get roped into?
It's
some Arizona Freedom Fest or some shitty thing. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Please tell me it's in December in South Carolina, because I don't want to go to that event and be the only person I know there.
No, it is a private pheasant shoot for some leadership at some of the big distributors and Fiocchi's in the middle of it and all this. And so I did taking care of customers and then doing my buddy at Fiocchi a solid and all that.
G23 says I didn't get to hang out with Chase when he was in Oregon.
I didn't go to Oregon. I didn't bail on the last.
I don't think he went to Oregon, did you?
I was supposed to, and then stuff
Yeah.
changed at the very last second. So Paul ended up going,
God
and
bless him.
that was an experience, apparently.
Mm.
Not to mention they were right next to a goat farm, so I'm very proud of him for not getting arrested.
He didn't get caught.
He did. That's a bad boy.
Oh Lord! All right, on that note, boys and girls, we're gonna get out of here. I'm not sure if we're gonna do this every week. I think we're talking about doing it every other week. So we'll see you in about 2 weeks. I don't know. We might surprise you and come up with something. You never know. We might just do a surprise show every now and then. But this was
Holy
fun.
shit,
Thank you
that's a
guys for
huge
coming
bat.
back. What?
Sorry to mute my mic. There's a huge bat right out, like flying around my head.
Scott wants to know: do we have dates for goals yet, John?
Yes, it is July or August 1st and 2nd. August 1st and 2nd in Des Moines, Iowa.
You meant what dude are you bringing to the show with you? Is Kurt your date, I guess?
Kurt.
Yeah, I would. Kurt's my date.
That's my boat. That's
my boat.
That's Lieutenant Dan. You got your magic legs.
I didn't like that. She tasted like cigarettes.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Is he smart?
Is he like me?
Like me.
I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party.
I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party. That's all I got to say about that. All right, boys and girls, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching and listening into podcast form and all that. We'll see you. If not in 2 weeks, maybe next week. You never know. You never know. We're going to pop up. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
That's what she said.